Hi, Don. It's so great to see you. How
Hello,
have you been?
Colette. It's good to meet you. Good to see you, Retta.
The reason we're doing these interviews is for an upcoming training that you're going to be doing for the Connecticut Women's Consortium on our virtual platform. So we're excited about that. I know I've known you the entire time I've been at the consortium, but how long have you been doing trainings for the Connecticut Women's Consortium?
I actually started in 2006. I was contacted by Rick Fisher at Demas, and he uh, referred me to you guys to do motivational interviewing training with Bridgeport DCF office. And so I started with that. You guys facilitated that training setup, and then ever since then, and then I started shortly after that to do trainings at Connecticut Women's Consortium in the various locations you've been at since 2006. So it's been a
I
great.
know I've seen you in every catalog since I've been there, and I know you do a couple of different trainings.
Mhm.
Can you describe the upcoming training that you're going to be doing for us in, 10, 15 words, and what's the central focus of the upcoming training?
Yeah, the training is called Grief Work in Recovery, and so I kept it fairly broad like that because grief work, using the work in parentheses, is an important thing that we all share universally as human beings. And I'm a full-time teacher and clinician, so I'm always dancing back and forth between training and teaching and clinical work, and that's been a gift to me because I keep borrowing from each venue to inform the other. So grief is a universal human experience, and because of that universality, it is something that can't be manualized. It's not as easily described as a clinical approach. So we have to do a dance between the personal and the professional, and that's constant in
Is
grief
this a new
work.
topic for you with us?
It's a brand new topic. Yeah, it's the first time I'm training it. I've been wanting to train it for a year or so. I developed it about 3 years ago, and I've been refining it since then. And I've done some of this at an international conference at this point, and have some other big conferences scheduled, although COVID has changed that. But so it's the first time I'm bringing it to Connecticut Women's Consortium.
Oh,
And
how exciting. And also on our virtual platform. Have you done a virtual platform training for us
I
yet?
did one of your first in May 11th. I did
Oh, you did?
one of the very first ones, and that went well, but it was really challenging because that was on suicide risk interviewing, which is a powerful subject. And I was very appreciative that a couple of your people involved in the training stayed on their faces, stayed on the screen all day and helped me to be
Yeah.
interactive in that
I
training.
know it's really nice when you can see the participants. There's sometimes when you want them to be able to see everything you're doing, but I feel more engaged when I have that conversation going with the audience. So it's,
Exactly.
just like us talking here right now. Tell us one of the best compliments you've received from a trainee about one of the trainings you've done.
I've received this a number of times. Almost every training I do, somebody mentions that I share my failures with trainees. I share the struggles I have as a human being and as a clinician, and they appreciate that because generally speaking, if we hear how wonderful it always goes, it's harder to duplicate that. And one of my biggest passions in doing training is to give participants something they can take home and use immediately in their work. I don't want them just to kind of dream and think about it. I want them to use something. And my trainings have veered way and way more into self-care. And I'm currently developing a training on, which you guys have done a lot at Connecticut Women's Consortium on trauma, but vicarious trauma and self-care. So I'm working on that as my newest
Well, that'll be
curriculum.
great. Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Wow. I think it's nice that you share that personal experience and that people feel connected to your own experience in doing the work. And the part that I always appreciate is the fact that you are a clinician, that you're practicing and teaching, and you have all the pieces together with what you're doing. So I really want to thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to talk with me today. And I look forward to this training. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, I look forward to it too. The Connecticut Women's Consortium is one of my favorite venues to train because of the collegial relationships we have, and because of the diversity of the participants in the trainings, and
And
also the
this,
fact that you're so trauma informed is really
yes.
enriching. So
I mean, in grief at this time, with everything that's going on in the world, it couldn't be more appropriate for this topic to be coming up. So I look forward to hearing how it goes for you.
Thank you so much, Colette. Thank you.
Thanks.